Donald Langevoort teaches securities regulation as a law professor at Georgetown University. He's a former SEC special counsel and co-author of the book Securities Regulation, Cases and Materials. It's a standard in the industry. Donald joins us from our Washington office. Don, glad to have you right here on the Inside Track. Let's talk about the number of cases on Wall Street. On the one hand, you've got Cuomo looking into the relationship between banks and rating agencies. The New York Times, or is it the Journal? I cannot remember any longer, reports this morning that there's a new investigation underway into whether or not Wall Street sold short muni bonds that it was issuing. And of course, we have those headlines as of late on a criminal investigation into Wall Street's roles, or multiple roles, in CDOs. Of those three, and there are more, which ones do you think are most important, the ones that are most likely to result in maybe multi-hundred-million-dollar or perhaps multi-billion-dollar settlements and changes in practice in the securities industry?
Can I say all of the above, in the sense that they're all serious cases? Some of them are pretty early in the progress, but all of them potentially have enough money at stake and enough substance that if the fire is there, they're going to be multi-hundred-million-dollar settlements in order to get rid of them.
Well, it seems that the Cuomo investigation is very much living and breathing. Subpoenas went out on late on Wednesday night. The others are just reports for the time being. Do you give much credence to what we've heard about this criminal probe into CDOs?
I am sure there is a criminal probe into CDOs. We don't know how extensive, how deep, at what stage they are. These could turn out to be little. These could turn out to be a lot. But there is so much that prosecutors at both the federal and state level are under a lot of pressure to dig out and bring quickly. I suspect, no one should downplay any of these.
I want to ask you here, Don, Erik right now asking you about New York AG Andrew Cuomo looking into whether or not the banks misled the ratings agencies about mortgage-backed securities. Right. When you issue a subpoena, normally it means you're willing to undertake the hard work yourself. Do you find anything interesting in the timing? I mean, everybody expects Cuomo to run for governor.
Well, there's a political dimension to all of this. We've seen in the last couple of weeks the American public is very angry and wants regulators, wants politicians to step up and be very, very tough. And anybody in the political world who stays silent or stays slow at this point may miss the political boat. I don't think anybody can deny any of that. But again, these are real cases. The New York Attorney General's office has wanted a place at the table on analyst scandals 10 years ago. They want a place at the table on credit rating agencies right now. I think this is a move to take a place at that table.
Don, I want to ask you about a conspiracy theory that I heard yesterday from a Wall Street CEO. He said that what we've seen in the newspaper the last few days concerning this broad, sweeping probe of other firms when it comes to CDOs is all a scheme originated by Goldman Sachs to try and deflect attention away from the only case brought thus far by the SEC against only one firm, Goldman Sachs.
I think if you look closely at the Goldman Sachs case, and you will hear from a lot of people, not just Goldman Sachs, that the practices that Goldman was accused of were not unique to Goldman, that were pretty widespread in the industry. I think the prosecutors know that they can't be accused of focusing exclusively on any one firm. If these were pervasive practices, then the subpoenas and the investigations have to go pretty widely. I wouldn't put much stock in that conspiracy.
All right, Don, thanks so much. That's Don Langevoort. He is a professor at Georgetown University talking to us about Wall Street under fire.